Lou Holtz once said, "Show me someone who has done something worthwhile, and I'll show you someone who has overcome adversity." If you're like most of the people who are watching this presentation today, you've probably had to overcome some adversity over the past few months. And that's likely to continue, but that's always been the case, hasn't it? It's always been the case in business that we have to overcome adversity. We have to overcome challenges. And it's no different now. It may seem that there are more challenges. It may seem that they're coming nonstop, but the challenges are always there. The adversity is always there. And so it is our job to overcome it, to try to figure out ways around it, ways through it. We have to power through these issues in order to continue to grow and thrive in our businesses. So that's the goal. Now, I promised 7, but I'm going to start with number 0. So technically you'll be getting 8, but I didn't want to renumber it. So point number 0 is to adjust your mindset. And the reason I'm not even really counting this is because I feel as if mindset is so often talked about that it almost loses its power, it almost loses its effect. But I believe that given what we're dealing with, it's as critical as ever. So I figured I would just touch on it quickly. So we talk about adjusting our mindset. We need to eliminate the idea that people are not buying right now. If you hear people telling you that, if you hear the little voice in your head telling you that, you want to make sure you figure out a way to tune it out. Because regardless of what's going on in the world, regardless of what's going on in the industry, there are always people who are buying. And our job is always to find the buyer. It's like a game show. Find the buyer, right? No matter how good things are, no matter how bad things are, our job is always to find the buyer. And there are always people buying. Now, does it mean that there are always the same number of people buying? No. Does it mean they're buying as much of the same things? No. All these things change, but recognize the fact that if you accept, even for a moment, the idea that people aren't buying right now, then you're not going to be doing everything you can to try to service them, to try to help them, and to be able to actually sell anything. Second thing is you want to pay attention to the successes, because there are successes. There are things that are good that are happening right now in the industry, and we need to look at that. When we have situations where there are clients who are accomplishing something good, where they're able to make an impact, where they're able to reach the people they need to reach and accomplish the things they need to accomplish, pay close attention to that, because it will help to sustain you when you hear about people who are not doing as well. And just recognizing the fact that there are successes out there that should be able to continue and should be able to grow is very important just from a pure mindset standpoint. Also, we want to interact with positive people. This is something you probably want to do anyway, regardless of what's going on. Interacting with positive people is always good. It's something that you've heard about over the years, but it's particularly critical now. There are some people who are just so negative that they can poison your mind share. They can really derail your thinking and cause you to not accomplish the things that you could be accomplishing for yourself and your clients if you take it in. So when I talk about interacting with positive people and avoiding the negative, it is, I believe, one of the most critical things you can do if you want to be able to continue to achieve. In our business, as entrepreneurs, as business owners, as salespeople, it's all about achievement. It's all about accomplishing things. What is it that we're trying to accomplish for our clients? What sort of result are we trying to get them? We're trying to help them create awareness. We're trying to help them to create a result in their business. And we can't do that if we come from a mindset of scarcity or negativity or fear. And there's a great quote from William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare said, "Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt." If I knew I was going to quote that, I would have put it up on the screen, but it's one of my favorite quotes of all time. And essentially what it means is that when we have doubts, they are traitors against us because they cost us the good. The good things that we could achieve are lost because we don't attempt them. And particularly over the course of the past many months, that's been the case. Some people have really struggled to get through it. Some people have struggled to get out of it. And hopefully you're getting there now. You're recognizing that we are operating in a different environment now, and it's still possible to win. We can still win, and we can still win big. And in our industry, there are people who are winning big right now, but they're not doing it the way they did it before. And that's going to be key, is the fact that we're going to have to adjust what we're doing. We're going to have to adapt what we're doing so that we're doing it somewhat differently. And of course, that's really the purpose of this presentation.